Hello. We like to thank y'all for tuning in to Grow University. You know, we growing our mindset mentally and spiritually. So we like to thank y'all for tuning in to this video. Tonight we're gonna be talking about the word grow. What does it mean to grow? The word grow. So I hope you listening. Pay attention.
Grow. When you take the word grow, spell Grow. Take off the G and you have the word row. So what does row mean? Being the root word of grow, row means two different ways. You can either look at it as you're aligning things up in alignment in a row, or you can look at it as you're in a boat like a canoe and you're rowing to keep the boat moving. And when you think of it as when you're in a boat in a canoe, you have to row because you're moving against current. If you were flowing with the current, there would be no need to row. But you have to go against the current in order to move the canoe. You must row. It takes a lot of muscles. It takes a lot of strength to be able to row the boat to keep it going forward and not move back with the current. So we look at that in life as growing. You put the G on the row, you got to grow. In order to grow, you must go through life adversities. You must go through trials. You must go through tribulations. You must go through obstacles. You must go through letdowns. You must go through disappointments in order to grow and become your true self and to become your best self, your best version possible of yourself. You must go through. That's what the G stands for, go. You must go through in order to grow in life. So when trials and tribulations come your way, when you're hit with so much difficulties, when you're hit with pain, hit with suffering, hit with letdowns, hit with disappointments, think about the canoe and keep on rowing, because all it's doing is building your muscles. You're growing. You must go through to get to your breakthrough. Keep growing.
Keep growing. Because just think about it. When you lifting weights or something and the pain of lifting weights, signifies that weakness is leaving your body. And when you're growing, you're stretching yourself. I call it the rubber band method. Because in order for a rubber band to go, like say if I was gonna put a rubber band on my wrist, I first have to stretch that rubber band. So it's like your goals, whatever you trying to pursue in life, in order for you to reach that goal, you got to stretch yourself. You got to stretch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have a business idea, but at the same time, you got to work a 9 to 5 to make that business idea happen. So you got to stretch your time to make that business idea happen. Like, so you got to put food on the table at this point, and then you got to work your business at this point. So you're stretching yourself, you're stretching your time. You might not be able to get, but 4 hours of sleep because you're working, 12, 14 hours on your job, you got kids, all of that. That's what stretch you. That stretch you. So that's what make you grow. All of the trials and the tribulations and everything that you got to go through, that helps you to grow. And then when you think about it, grow, you start putting everything, when we take the G off, we can grow in a row. Like if you got a row, it means put things in a row to align, to get in a line. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to put things in order. I mean, when you put them in order, you put them in a row. So when you put them in a row, then that means they are aligned with your goals. When you get ready to grow, you align your goals with your row. And that's how you grow.
That's right. And when you say putting things into alignment in a row to grow with your goals, that's all things in your life. That's people, that's places, that's things. Everything that you partake in life must be in alignment with where you're trying to go. If it's not in alignment with where you're trying to go, it's doing nothing but holding you back. No matter how painful it gets, you must stay focused on those things and those people and those places that are in alignment onto where you want to go in life. That's the only way that you will grow. And looking at another thing of, you may not be able to relate to rowing a boat in the water, but you may be able to relate to growing flowers or growing plants or whatever you may think of. When you first get it, you first have a little small seed that you dig and you plant into the soil. That seed starts small, but with a little tender love and care and nurturing, it grows and it grows and it grows, and finally it breaks through the soil, and you have the plant or the flower or whatever it is that you desired when you first planted it there. But it took hard work, it took consistency, it took perseverance, it took nurturing, it took care. So that's the same thing you have to do with your goals, with your dreams. You have to nurture it, you have to care for it, you have to make sure you're putting that energy and that time and that effort daily to whatever your goals, your dreams, your desires in life is. You must invest time daily into that thing in order to see it come to reality, in order to see it come true.
In order for it to come true, you got to stretch yourself. You got to believe in your goals. You got to believe in your dreams, your aspirations, whatever it is you're doing. Like, it's going to require you to learn different skills. You may start out saying, I'm going to learn this one skill, but when you start learning that one skill that you're learning, in that one skill, it may be 10 different skills that you got to learn to master that one skill. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to break it down into segments. And that's when I got to put everything in a row in order for me to learn this this thing that I'm trying to master. Whatever it is I'm trying to master. I got to put in the time, I got to put in the effort, I got to put in, whatever I got to put in. I got to read everything I can read on it. I got to learn everything about it. And in the beginning, it's gonna be hard, and that's the point of growing, for it to be hard. Breaking outside of the box. You just think of your life as you inside of a box, but you got to break outside of that box. When you get ready to break outside of that box, you got to put extra strength in. You got to come up with more ideas. You got to come up with some strategic planning just to learn how to break out of that box. And that's what growing is. Putting yourself in a situation where I got to figure out how to make it out of this. It's like making it through a maze. Trying to figure out how to make it through the maze when you start out to grow on this journey that you're going to take.
I put it all on the line, I gotta win, I put it all on the line, I gotta